Pleasant afternoon, everyone. We are delighted to welcome the galaxy of intellectuals for the inauguration of Experience Engineering, an engineering museum and digital learning center. The ceremony brings together the experts from academia, industry, CEOs, professional body directors, correspondents, principals, entrepreneurs, public, parents, students, special invitees, and people from press and media. Ladies and gentlemen, let's put our hands together for India's first industry spearheaded engineering experiential learning center dedicated to shape the skilled engineers for nation building at KPR Institute of Engineering and Technology.
On that note, let's rejoice the heavenly predilection that brought us all together for the occasion. Let's rise up for Tamil Thai Varthu.
Take pride in how far you have come and have faith in how far you can go. Let's witness the ultimate potency and monumental growth of KPR Group with the anthem. We are one in all and all in one. Forever, happy KPR. Thank you all. The dignitaries may kindly occupy the seats on the dais.
The magic of fresh beginnings start with a merriest welcome. We request Dr. Kirba Shankar, Head, IAPC and Department of Mechatronics to welcome the gathering.
Good afternoon, everyone present here. Today is a very special occasion for all of us. On behalf of the management of KPR Institute, I extremely feel honored to deliver the welcome address on the special occasion, Inauguration of Experience Engineering Center. First, I would like to welcome our Honorable Chief Guest, Mr. Falcon Chakowski, Vice President, Head Horizon and Baroda Manufacturing Cluster, for gracing this event and his esteemed presence. I welcome you, sir. I also welcome our guest of honor, Dr. Sadhana, Director, Visvesvaraya Industrial and Technological Museum, Ministry of Government of India. Mr. Uday Shankar, sir, Deputy Director from NASCAM, for accepting our invitation in a short notice of time and making this event more memorable with your presence. I welcome you, ma'am and sir. I also welcome our special guest, Sabyashi Das, CEO of L&T EduTech, and Mrs. Febin ma'am, Head for College Connected Business from Team L&T EduTech, for valuing our invitations with your presence. Welcome you, sir and madam. I wholeheartedly welcome our beloved chairman, sir, the man of action behind these projects, KP Ramaswamy, sir. Our vibrant leader, our principal, Dr. M. Akila, ma'am. Our chief executive, Dr. A. M. Nadarajan, sir. Our strategic advisor, Dr. M. Ramaswamy, sir. Dr. M. Balaswamy, principal of KPR Arts and Science. Saravana Pandian, sir, principal of KPR Women's Educational Wing. I also welcome the heads of and directors of various departments and centers, the team EDC, the project began. I welcome Ms. Sindhu, Ms. Sunil Subramaniam, sir, Mr. Sashi Kumar, Rahul, okay. Mr. Sashi Kumar, sir, Rahul and Geeta and Mr. Sivaganesh of Project Site Engineer. I also extend my welcome to experts from Team L&T EduTech, Ms. Shamla ma'am, Dr. Balamurugan, Mr. Ganesan sir, Mr. Balasubramaniam, Mr. Jambu Kailash, Mr. Vino Jacob, Mr. Karthik, and press and media people for this grand event. I extend my hearty welcome to the managing directors and CEOs and vice president of senior HRs from KPR Group of Companies, various reputed organizations such as Shanti Gears, LG Equipments, ACE, Lakshmi Precision Tools, Lakshmi Electricals and Control Limiters, Lakshmi Ring Travels, Craftsman Automation, PEPS, Flowlink, Bull Machines, Co India, and CIT Principal Managements. I also welcome the principals and faculty members and students from other colleges and schools for this function. I also welcome all other peoples who have joined us today for this grand occasion. I welcome all our faculty members, beloved students from both the institutions who present here to this grand inauguration function. Once again, I welcome you all. Let us join together to explore the future horizon of KPR Experience Engineering. Thanks for the opportunity. Thank you.
Thank you, sir, for the warm welcome. Passion is the genesis of genius. We welcome the passionate, decisive, and diligent principal, Professor Dr. M. Akila, to brief about the genesis of experience engineering.
Good afternoon, one and all present here, the dignitaries on the dais and off the dais. I have been given the topic, the genesis behind experience engineering. I have to share the experience with L&T and then L&T EduTech and how this all started, and now we are inaugurating the experience engineering. Before that, let me say a few words about how evolution changes technology or engineering. We all know that in 1940s, these electronic computers came into picture, and only numerical machine code was the only option for programming. Then we went in 1950s for a small English vocabulary programming, where very limited English words were used for programming in 1950s. That was the evolution then. Today, people say that we do not need software engineers to even code. They say no code, zero code, low code, then drag and drop model, many things are coming. And we are all frightened whether we will be needing software engineers for the future. Definitely we need software engineers, but not for mundane jobs. We need engineers who are highly skilled for highly crucial tasks. The same way for the core engineering like civil, mechanical, electrical, chemical, biomedical, or any other engineering disciplines, it has its own evolution. So in that evolution, even the core engineering discipline now needs the technology where you can have highly risk-related engineering problems, and they need solutions. So engineers are mostly wanted across the globe, and India, the need for engineers are very, very, very high. Are you skilled? Are you competitive? Will you be a value addition to an industry or a company? This is the question which our chairman had. So he imagined everything and set up an institution like this in 2009. Over the years, we have grown a lot along with the trees. Now it is 20 feet or 30 feet high. We have all grown from 2009. Then his imagination was something different, multilingual, multicultural, many things he dreams every day, and that dreams he shares with the principals, HODs, and all other people. And I hope we are doing justice to his dreams so far. So I have to mention 2 dates here about this experience engineering, why it is here today we are inaugurating. It was 11/8/2021. I met Febin, RG, and other people in L&T space in DLF in Chennai. It was a long discussion for 1 day for L&T EduTech courses. And the journey started. Then the second visit on 15/10/2021, when I visited the Digital Museum in L&T Chennai headquarters, I met the Madam Shamala there, and she was narrating the stories of everything in Digital Museum in L&T headquarters, and it was a mesmerizing, I should say it's an experience for me. Then I asked Febin Madam and RG, why not we create such kind of a museum or whatever it may be. I did not have any idea of what will be. Can we have something in KPR like this? Then the same question I asked our chairman, sir, why don't we have such kind of digital museum or digital learning experience for our center? He immediately said that, why are you asking me? You should have now come up with a plan to me in my table to discuss. So that was the inspiring chairman we have for being up-to-date technology. He need everything, whatever it may be, it should be of quality and it should be at par with global standards. This is the benchmark he keeps for every equipment or item or infrastructure we ask him. Then it all started in that way, and I went another day to Chennai to discuss about along with our own KPR team. And Sunil. So Sunil sir, you please stand up. The architect behind such a massive structure. And when L&T says something, we can blindly believe. That's what L&T is all about. So that kind of trust and belongingness I had personally with L&T, and again our chairman, our entire KPR team, we thought that we'll just outsource whatever the design gave by L&T to EDC, and we never had any difficulty in doing all the experimental works in the space what we have inaugurated today. And the project has come up so well in the minimum time possible. It has been created This experience engineering, when I said that it is for KPR students, chairman said that I will open it for the entire India. So any student in that matter, any researcher, any startup company, anybody who wants to learn about the core engineering and technology together can visit here, learn something, and do better things for the world. So with these words, thank you all for being here, all dignitaries from across Coimbatore and beyond Coimbatore here, for creating such a wonderful experience engineering and helping KPR to go at a global level. And I should say about the SMEs here, if you can please stand, SMEs who has come from L&T, Bala. So it's a high round of applause. Because these are the people who have worked in industry, who has dedicated their time to create the digital content, and now we are visualizing it so easily, but it's not an easy job. If I remember correctly, it started with 50 numbers. Now she has created, L&T EduTech is 500 plus numbers, and few of our students has been recruited in L&T EduTech also. So we are so happy that students are, and again, I think 27, so far L&T has recruited 27 students in various verticals of L&T business. And I should say about our chief guest, because the Hajira is one plant. Febin mentioned me when she went for a meeting to L&T headquarters. Hajira is the world's largest manufacturing facility located in Gujarat, and he is the vice president on managing the successfully. And we are so happy that we have him as the chief guest today. And another Sadhana madam, who is the woman behind many of the science centers and museum across India. So with these people and all other dignitaries here, we have inaugurated this experience engineering, and we are dedicating to this nation building activity. And along with Government of India, Make in India and Skilling India, KPR institutions is a part of this journey of India, making India a global economy. Thank you all.
Thank you, Professor, for connecting the dots and taking us through the journey of experience engineering. A leader of integrity, insight, and inclusiveness transforms the vision into reality. Now, we welcome our visionary leader, Shri KP Ramasamy, Chairman, KPR Group, for the presidential address.
I welcome the greatest peoples who gathered here and my dear students. Very good evening to you. Thank you. Inauguration of experience engineering. We are going to dedicate this to India, nation-wise. கொஞ்ச நேரத்துக்கு முந்தி சொன்னாங்க இந்தியாவிலே இதுதான் ஃபஸ்ட் ப்ராஜெக்ட் அப்படின்னு சொல்லிட்டு. ரியலி ஐ எம் ப்ரௌட் ஆஃப் திஸ் டு அனௌன்ஸ் யூ லைக் திஸ். நம்ம என்ஜினியரிங் காலேஜ் ஆரம்பிக்கிறோம், ஆர்ட்ஸ் காலேஜ் ஆரம்பிச்சிருக்கிறோம். இதனோட மோட்டிவ் என்ன அப்படின்னு கேட்டிங்கன்னா, என்னை பொறுத்த வரலும் எல்லாத்துக்கிட்டையும் காசை வாங்கிட்டு ஒரு டிகிரியை கையில் ஒரு பேப்பர் ஷீட்டை கொடுத்து வெளியே அனுப்புறது என்னுடைய நோக்கம் அல்ல. நான் ஆரம்பத்திலிருந்தே சொல்லக்கூடியது அதுதான். இங்கே வரக்கூடிய ஒருத்தரும் அவங்களோட லைஃப் ஸ்டைலை நல்ல முறையாக வாழ வேண்டும், மனிதனாக மாற வேண்டும், மனிதத்தன்மையோடு இருக்க வேண்டும் அப்படிங்கிறது தான் என்னுடைய எய்ம். இதே மோட்டிவில் தான் நாங்கள் ஒரு ஐஏஎஸ் அகாடமி நடத்திட்டுருக்கோம். உங்களுக்கு எல்லாத்துக்கும் தெரியும்னு நினைக்கிறேன். இதுவரையில் ஒரு 62 பேர் ஐஏஎஸ் பாஸ் பண்ண வச்சுருக்கோம். ஐஏஎஸ் அண்ட் குரூப் ஐஎஃப்எஸ் ஐஆர்எஸ் லைக் திஸ். இப்போ ரீசெண்ட் கூட நாராயண சர்மான்னு ஒருத்தர் தமிழ்நாடு டாப்பர், AIR 32, ரேங்க் நம்பர் 32. அவர் இங்கேயே கோயம்புத்தூர்காரரு, கோயம்புத்தூர்லேயே பிறந்து இங்கேயே படித்து நம்ம IAS அகாடமிலேயே 4 இயர்ஸ் இருந்தார். தமிழ்நாடு டாப்பராக வந்திருக்காரு. ரியலாக இது மாதிரி நான் சொல்லக்கூடியதெல்லாம் என்ன அப்படின்னு கேட்டிங்கன்னா, அந்த ஒரு IAS டிகிரி வாங்கிட்டு போகும்போது கூட ஐ யூஸ் டு கோ அண்ட் கிவ் அ ஸ்மால் ஸ்பீச். என்ன சொல்வேன்னா, நமக்கு தேவை என்ன, நம்ம சாப்பாடு அப்படிங்கிறது ஒரு நாளைக்கு ஒரு 3 இட்லி 4 இட்லி சாப்பிட்றோம். மார்னிங், லஞ்சு, டின்னர். சும்மா சிம்பிளாக இருந்தால் போதும். ஒரு ட்ரெஸ், சாப்பாடு. அதுக்கு மேலே நீங்கள் எவ்வளோ பண்ணாலும் நம்ம ஒன்றும் பண்ண போகிறதில்ல. எவ்வளவு கோடிகள் சம்பாதிச்சாலும் அதே தான். இப்போது நான் சொல்லக்கூடியது அதே தான். நீங்கள் போயிட்டு ஒரு நாட்டுக்காக, மக்களுக்காக நல்லது பண்ணுங்கள். ஒரு ஊழலற்ற இந்தியாவை உருவாக்குவதற்கு முயற்சி செய்யுங்கள் அப்படிங்கிறத நான் சொல்கிறது. உங்களுக்கும் அதே தான் சொல்லிகிட்டு இருக்கிறேன் நான். உங்களுக்கெல்லாம் தெரியாது, AVVன்னு சொல்லுவோம் நாங்கள்லாம். AV வரதராஜ் ஐயா அவர்கள் அண்ணன் முன்னாடி உட்கார்ந்துட்டுருக்காரு. இவரை பற்றியெல்லாம் நிறைய பேர்த்துக்கு தெரியாதுன்னு நினைக்கிறேன். இவர் யார் அப்படின்னு கேட்டிங்கன்னா, நம்ம கொடிசியா, பெரிய கொடிசியா வளாகம், கொடிசியா எல்லாத்துக்கும் தெரியும். ஒரு அது 40 இயர்ஸ் ஆச்சுங்களா? நீங்கள் 2000 22 இயர்ஸ் பேக். அன்றைக்கெல்லாம் லேண்ட் விலையெல்லாம் சீப்பாக இருந்தது. அவரே வாங்கி அவரே வீட்டை கட்டியிருக்கலாம், ஒரு தோட்டம் பண்ணியிருக்கலாம். அதையெல்லாம் விட்டுட்டு ஒரு நம்ம கோயம்புத்தூருக்காக அவ்வளோ பெரிய இதாக அர்ப்பணிச்சிருக்காரு. இது மாபெரும் சாதனைன்னு சொல்லலாம். இப்படி இந்த மாதிரி கிரேட் பர்சனாலிட்டிஸ் நம்ம கோயம்புத்தூரில் நிறைய பேர் இருக்காங்க. அது மாதிரி நீங்களும் வளரணும், வாழணும். அதாவது நாம் நன்றாக வாழ வேண்டும், நாம் சுற்றி இருப்பவர்களையும் வாழ வைக்க வேண்டும் அப்படிங்கிறது தான் என்னுடைய ஆசைகள். இதுக்காகத்தான் நம்ம L&T எடியூடெக்கிலிருந்து எல்லாம் கிரேட் பர்சனாலிட்டிஸ் எல்லாம் வந்திருக்காங்க. நிறையா செலவு பண்ணியிருக்கோம். செலவு பண்ணது இது பல மடங்கு நாட்டுக்கு சேவையாற்றணும் அப்படிங்கிறது தான் என்னுடைய ஆசைகள். குறிப்பாக சொல்லப்போனால் இந்த மேடம் ஏதாவது சொல்லுவாங்க, வேண்டான்னு சொல்லிட்டா விட்டுருவாங்க அப்படியே. ஆனால் அடுத்த நாள் அதையே தூக்கிட்டு வச்சுட்டு, சார் இது செஞ்சே ஆகணும் அப்படிம்பாங்க. என்னால் முடியாது, சரி ரைட் பண்ணிக்குமா அப்படின்னு சொல்லிடுவேன். ஏன்னா she is not taking anything to his house. It is going to dedicate to our students for nation. ஸோ அது மாதிரி இப்போ இங்கே பெரிய உள்ளம் படைத்தவங்க நிறைய பேர் இருக்கீங்க. எல்லாரும் நம்மெல்லாம் ஒன்றா சேர்ந்து ஒருமித்து இருந்து நம்ம இந்தியாவை ஊழலற்ற இந்தியாவாக ஒரு நல்ல மாபெரும் கண்ட்ரியாக மாற்ற வேண்டும் என்கிறது நம்ம இளைஞர்கள் கையில் தான் இருக்குது. இதெல்லாம் நீங்கள் பண்ணுவீங்கன்னு நினைக்கிறேன். கண்டிப்பாக பண்ணணும், மேலே மேலே வரணும், நம்ம அறிவை வளர்த்துக்கணும். அறிவை வளர்த்துறதுக்கு நிறையா நம்ம ஏற்பாடு பண்ணி கொடுக்குறோம். ஒரு கிரீனரி ஒரு அருமையான சுச்சுவேஷனில் அந்த காலத்துலலாம் நாலந்தா பல்கலைக்கழகம் அப்படின்னு சொல்லுவாங்க. அதெல்லாம் ஒரு பெரிய 300 ஏக்கரா 500 ஏக்கரா 1000 ஏக்கராவில் எல்லாம் பண்ணி வச்சுருப்பாங்க. அது மாதிரி நானும், அதாவது ஒரு ஃப்ரீ அப் மைண்டு வேணும். ஒரு புக் எடுத்து வச்சு படித்தோம் அப்படின்னா அப்படியே உள்ள பசுமையாக ஏறுற மாதிரி இருக்கணும். சொல்லுவாங்க இளமையில் கல்வி பசுமரத்தாணின்னு. அது மாதிரி பசுமையான மரத்தடி இருந்து படித்தோம்னா கண்டிப்பாக நமக்கு அது அப்படியே ஒட்டும் அப்படிங்கிறது என்னுடைய நம்பிக்கை. அதனால தான் அந்த கிரீனரியும் நல்லா பார்க்குறோம். இதெல்லாம் பண்ணணும், நீங்கள் நல்லா வளரணும், உங்களை முன்னேற்றிட்டு இந்த நாட்டுக்கும் முன்னேற்றத்துக்கு பாடுபடணும் அப்படிங்கிறது என்னுடைய வேண்டுகோள். கண்டிப்பாக நீங்கள் செய்வீங்கன்னு நினைக்கிறேன். நன்றி, வணக்கம், வாழ்த்துக்கள்.
Thank you, sir, for your affectionate words. We'd like to acknowledge the presence of Mr. Ramlata Marimuthu, Director, I Explore Foundation for Sustainable Development, Mrs. R. Vijayaganti, Branch Manager, L&T, Mrs. Shyamla, NVS L&T Construction, Mr. K.K. Jambu Kailas, Lead SME L&T EduTech, and Dr. P. Balamurugan, Senior Manager, L&T EduTech. Thank you, sir. Thank you all for your valuable presence. We are privileged to host Mr. R. Ganesan, Head, Corporate Center, L&T Constructions. He is playing a pivotal role in constructing the dream infrastructure in reality. We welcome Mr. R. Ganesan to felicitate the gathering.
Okay. Good afternoon. I think continuing from what Chairman said, I would like to talk about humanity, right? There is a huge correlation, probably a lovely correlation between humanity, nature, and engineering. How many of you believe in it? Okay, some statistics. Any solution, including the technology, whatever you talk about, cloud computing, to the modern age, everything has got some hardware. 99.9% of that hardware is nature. Yes? We consume 2.5 billion tons of iron ore every year. 3 billion tons of cement. 50 billion tons of sand. We are just exploiting the nature. You talk about modern, no, forget about all that. Talk about the technology. Mobile phone. How much of a lithium, copper, silica, are we able to make it? It's all nature. So, way I look at the engineering, 200-300 years of engineering is visible to us. You know, people talk about casting. Tipu Sultan did the gun barrel many centuries back. They use some technology, right? So engineering evolved progressively. Nobody worried about the balance of nature, whatever it is. It's just doing things. If you have intellectual things, find the solution, go ahead, execute. Similarly, the technology era picked up from 60s and 70s. Very rapid development of technology. Today we are able to leverage the technology. But as I see it, the next 30 to 50 years needs the best of a responsible behavior of engineers. Because it is not about continuing to exploit, but finding a unique solution to the problem, reducing the footprint, and doing the things in the best possible way, so all of you can feel proud that you are leaving something for the future generation. I think our forefathers and ancestors have thought about us. Still we are blessed to get water, still able to live, sleep, eat, whatever it is. But the reckless nature of development which is happening brings more responsibility to the engineers. Right? We talk about power. Today, India is 400 gigawatts of power generation. Of that, 35 to 40% is renewable. And Prime Minister has put a vision that I want to do 500 gigawatts in the country by 2030. But calculation has been done that with the natural footprint which is available in the country, including the offshore water, you can maximum produce 1,000 gigawatt of renewable for the entire future. But it may not be enough the way we are going, which means you need to have an optimized solution and go about it. Every car has got 8% plastic, roughly 6 to 8% plastic, 65% steel. We keep on consuming. So I think to make the difference, theoretical learning is not going to help. You need to be provoked, instigated through experiential learning. I think it's a great step on behalf of KPR to think ahead of the game and put up an experience center. The way I look at it, there are 3 stages of learning: experiential exposure, research mindset, and become innovators. Right? My request is, don't look at a job. Become an innovator, entrepreneurs, be keeping this responsibility in the future. And this is just a stepping stone, the experience center which has been set in your campus for you. I think many students, we are talking about 2.5 million engineering students in the country. I don't think even 1% of the students have got the privilege of what is going to happen to you in your campus, right? I think that's a way take it forward. And KPR started as a college. And in my last speech a year back, I said university, but it's not far off. You have become autonomous and this will become an university. But can this become the nodal location for research and future of engineering? I think it is in the hands of the faculty, it's in the hands of the students, and how you create it. The Kongu region has got one of the best research lab for engineers in the country. Can you create that? I think if you do that, there is a justice to the investment and the time being spent by the stalwarts in doing something genuinely for people of India and to all of you. That's giving back to the humanity. Okay? This is a this is just a starting. Let's all work together and get there. Thank you very much, Dr. Akila, for taking the step forward and with full rigor making it happen. And we are with you in the journey. We are with you in the journey and we will make it happen. Okay? All the very best. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. It's a privilege for me to introduce the guest of honor, Mr. Falgun Choksi, Vice President, Head, Hazira and Vadodara Manufacturing Clusters, Member of the Board, L&T Heavy Engineering IC. Mr. Falgun Choksi is a resourceful, intellectual with acute sense of problem solving and creativity. His strategic plans and dynamism speaks volumes of his administrative eminence. Having possessed more than 3 decades of rich experience with L&T in multiple verticals, presently he is heading HAICs, Hazira and Vadodara manufacturing clusters, and is the helmsman for product business units for reactors, pressure vessels, etc. He proves to be the kingpin of Hazira, as the company has recently delivered world's heaviest LC Max reactors for HPCL Vizag. Contributing to the cultural transformation drive, he is marching towards end-to-end digital transformation of HAIC with an aim to recognize heavy engineering as tech company delivering most complex engineering solutions globally. We welcome the guest of honor, Mr. Falgun Choksi, to deliver the special address.
Thank you. Dr. KP Ramasamy, Mr. R. Ganeshan, Mr. Sabyasachi Das, Ms. Febin, Ms. Akila, Mr. Uday Shankar, Mr. Varadrajan, all the dignitaries, Ms. Sadhana, and all the dignitaries all on the dais and off the dais, and my students, my friends. Can I say vanakkam? Vanakkam. Thank you. So first of all, it's my great honor and privilege to be here on this occasion. This is a very, very important occasion for this institute and for L&T EduTech. I feel all you students are very, very lucky. When I joined my college, I had only one computer and roughly 1,000 students, trying to get some time of that computer. And the kind of center Dr. Ramasamy has established, you guys are really lucky to be part of KPR Institute, to have such kind of people who have got great vision to establish such kind of center. And we are, on behalf of L&T and L&T EduTech, are very, very proud to be associated with this initiative. And it's going to give a long, it's going to, give results in a long way. I want to congratulate the entire team between L&T EduTech, I think EDC and KPR, to establish this center within a short span of 5 months? 3 months. So this is fantastic. I visited the center. I think the way it is built, I'm not sure how many of you visited, but I have visited this today, and it was really impressive. The way several systems have been put in place, the way phygital learning has been put in place, 3D models, you have a lot of digitalization inside. The way you have multi-touch interactive table is fantastic. And I think once you visit this, I'm sure students, especially students, would not like to leave that place for quite some time, right? So please take maximum advantage of this kind of initiative which has been put in place. I also want to congratulate Dr. Ramaswamy and thank him on behalf of the industry to establish such kind of very pioneering center. I think this is first of its kind in India to have such kind of center. He narrated many things in Tamil. I could not understand much of it, but what I could understand is the passion with which he was speaking. And I think all of us should respect him for the kind of dedication with which he is working to improvise the education system and produce engineers who are industry ready. So we want to thank you on behalf of industry. Now, the way industry is changing, there is a massive change, what you can see. I'm not sure, you have a presentation, right? Can you show that here? Go next. Next. This is an old version. Go next. Yeah, now you see here, on the left side, we have 3 people operating 1 building station. On the right side, what you see is 1 person operating 3 welding stations. That's the change which is going on in the industry. Go next. 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 These are all the glimpses. I think, Bala, this is an old version. It's okay. Go next. I want to show you some reactors. All of this are known, more of civil. Next. 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 Yeah. I don't know how many of you know about this. It's called cryostat for ITER, which is established in France, and this is built in my shop, right? There are 7 countries which came together, and the main body is built by us. It is not built, it is a 30-meter diameter vessel and 30-meter tall, dispatched from our shop in 56 sections, and we are assembling everything in France. This is L&T Hazira. Go next. This, how many of you know about this? India's first nuclear submarine, right? It is indigenously built by L&T in our Hazira works. Most challenging part was, first time we are building this submarine, and the technology is given by Russians, and we are supposed to indigenize it completely. So this was one of the projects. Next. These are also the platforms. You can imagine the complete platforms built at L&T in single piece and transported to the site, ready to use. Go next. This is the plant Madam Akila was mentioning. This is world's biggest plant for pressure vessels and reactors. We have 1 lakh square meter under the roof, and we can lift 1,000 ton in one piece. Can you imagine what I'm saying? 1,000 ton in one piece we can lift in this plant. Go next. I would request you to compare this with the person who is standing there. You see right? This is world's largest exchanger, ethylene oxide exchanger, right? And what you see on the right is a tube sheet for the exchanger, which is 10-meter diameter and 1.5 feet thickness. 1.5 feet thickness, right? And welded out of 4 pieces. So the thickness, joint thickness is 1.5 feet, right? So this is the kind of massive, when madam says core engineering, this is core. Is it exciting? Right? And the weight of this reactor was 1500 tons. When it gets hydro tested, the total weight becomes 4000 tons. Now some of the civil engineers can imagine when you have to support 4000 tons on the ground, on a compacted area of let's say 30 meter by 20 meter, what kind of compacting it is required here, right? Go next. These are the ones which we have delivered very recently. These are world's heaviest LC-MAX reactors. Each reactor is weighing 20 to 50 metric ton. And the wall thickness is 264 millimeter. Can you imagine what I'm saying? It's more than 10 inch wall thickness. And it's made out of forgings, right? Forgings which are produced by us. So each one of these was 2300 metric ton. You can imagine, you can see the way it is getting transported, right? The multi-axle transport. Next. This is a picture of one of our most prestigious order, world's biggest reactor order. When we received this order, the value of single order was $421 million, which in current value will be roughly 3,500 crores. And I was fortunate to become the project manager of this product way back in 2007. Right? That's the opportunity L&T brings on the table for young engineers to work on such kind of very prestigious products. Here the wall thickness is 300 millimeters. Now I'm coming to the subject, real challenge that we are facing. This job I did it in 3 years. 22 reactors we delivered in 3 years, right? Go to the previous one. This one we had only 18 months. Bigger reactors, lower time. Right? Go next. Next. This is world's biggest vacuum column. 14 meter diameter for Indian Oil Paradeep. Go next. World's largest coke drums. I am showing you all these products which are meant for refinery, petrochemical. Today we have discussed a lot on civil, so I am showing you some part of mechanical. Go next. Yeah, this is something incredible. The water jet cutting machine. Can you imagine? We are cutting steel using water. The pressure here is 6700 bars, with which we are cutting 155 millimeter thickness steel. You see here. Now what was most challenging was the shape. Very awkward shape. You can't say that it is round, ellipse, circle. So we developed a special purpose CNC machine, 5-axis CNC machine, and mounted water jet cutting torch on top of it, which can cut at required shape as well as at an angle to make the welding, right? So that's the achievement. Go next. This is our heavy plate bending machine. We can bend 300 millimeter thickness plate, 1 feet thickness plate, right? Next. These are IIoT stations for welding. All of them are connected. Next. You can imagine with person who is standing there. This is 1,000 ton crane. Next. Yeah. This is what we start with. We do our own forging. When you visit the experience center, you will see some forging, on the mechanical section, right? So that hammer, what you will see there, was roughly, I would say 1,000 ton. This hammer is 9,000 tons. And what you see ingot is 300 metric ton. And we build our own forgings, right? Go next. Some videos. How the forging takes place. So this is a steel melting shop. Go next. It's happening at around 1200 degrees C. India's biggest manipulator, which can lift 150 metric ton. This is 9,000 ton press. Next. Induction bending. The pipes are bent by induction heating up to 1200 degrees C. Next. This is how we transport. You can again compare with person who is standing there. Next. Yeah. It's going to the destination by barge, by ship. Yeah, go next. So I think I will skip some of these slides. I have a lot to talk, but I think because the time is less. Now let's come to the main point. Most of my friends, my student friends, are interested in IT, right? Who will do this? Is it exciting for you? Is it exciting to make this kind of world's biggest reactors? I don't see the answer. Is it exciting? So this is what Dr. Ramaswamy and L&T Edutech is doing. They are bringing core engineering as an interesting topic for you by establishing this kind of centers. And I would request KPR Group, he has already said this is open to India. And we need to have more and more such initiatives to generate interest for core engineering so that more and more students can come in and participate in this kind of exciting works. Thank you.
Thank you, sir, for captivating the young engineering minds.
On that note, we'd like to acknowledge the presence of Dr. Daniel Chelappa, eminent nuclear scientist from Chennai, Mr. R. Sasikumar, Director, EDC, Dr. S.R. Ramanan, former Director, India Meteorological Department, fondly called the Rain Man, Ms. Sindhu Ramanathan, Director, Technical Team, EDC Creative Technology Solutions, Rotarian, Mailsami, MD, Gears Private Limited. Thank you all for your valuable presence.
Let me now introduce the chief guest, Dr. Srivari Chandrasekhar, the Secretary of the Department of Science and Technology. He was the former director of the Indian Institute of Chemical Technology, a renowned synthetic organic chemist, and has made significant contributions in diverse areas of organic chemistry. He has received several accolades, including Eminent Scientist Award for contributions in the field of chemistry, for his contributions in synthetic organic chemistry. Due to unforeseen circumstances, the guest could not make his presence amidst us. Hence, we have the video inaugural address by Dr. Srivari Chandrasekhar, the Secretary of the Department of Science and Technology, right on the screen.
I feel extremely privileged and honored for inviting me to be the chief guest for the inauguration of KPR L&T EduTech Experience Engineering at KPR Institute of Engineering and Technology, Coimbatore. Firstly, please accept my sincere apologies for being unable to physically attend the inauguration function at Coimbatore, which I really wanted to come. I always find it a pleasure to talk to an audience of academicians, industry leaders, and vibrant young students. As you're all aware, India has the largest youth population in the world currently. In that respect, our nation has positioned better than any other country. India in recent years has made some unprecedented progress in science, technology, and innovation areas. We already got the third rank in number of publications, also third rank in terms of number of startups, third rank in terms of number of unicorns we have been producing across the world. Also, we got third rank in terms of number of PhDs, ninth rank in terms of number of patents, and of course 40th rank in the Global Innovation Index, which we jumped quite enormously in the last few years among the 130 economies of the world. India has been rated as one of the leading economies as innovation achievers, and its performance has been highly appreciated for achieving milestones in various indicators. As a nation, we should keep upright our focus on science and innovation investments. Technological progress, technology adoption, and social impact are very critical. Here lies the importance of having a close-knit engagement between academics and industries. Are we ready to unleash the latent potential reside with our vast academic community? Yes, we are ready. Indian startups have gone on to raise sizable funding from various global and domestic funds. Enterprises are realizing the disruptive potential of startups and are thus partnering and investing in them. The startup seed support from our own ministry, Department of Science and Technology, big grant from Department of Biotechnology, fund from the promotion of industrial and internal trade have been successful in provisioning early stage funding and provide much needed boost to Indian startup ecosystem. I am delighted to note the efforts taken by the management of KPR Institute of Engineering and Technology, Coimbatore, to focus on core branches of the engineering discipline, which is the need of the hour. I also appreciate the support rendered by the industry team of L&T and especially L&T EduTech for making this dream project happen in an academic institution which will be a trend-setting platform across all institutes in the country. The efforts taken by the management and L&T truly resonate with the vision of the Government of India's initiatives, Make in India and Skill India. Let us all experience India's first industry spearheaded engineering experiential learning center dedicated to shape skilled engineers for nation building. I wish all the best to the KPR management and also the L&D team which came forward for an endeavor which matters more to the science and technology ecosystem. Jai Hind.
Our heartfelt thanks to Dr. Srivari Chandrasekhar.
She is an electronics and communication engineer with more than 3 decades of experience in science communication. Currently, she is the director of Visvesvaraya Industrial and Technological Museum, Bangalore. Her major experience is in setting up science centers across the country and curating exhibitions on various science and technology themes. She has a rare distinction of being the first lady director of Visvesvaraya Industrial and Technological Museum, Bangalore. She is a senior member of IEEE and is currently the project director of IEEE Move India of IEEE India Council. She is none other than Dr. Sadhana Atawar, all the way from Bangalore. Let's put our hands together to welcome ma'am for the special address.
Thank you. Dr. KPR Ramaswamy, the founder of the KPR Group, Dr. Chokshi, Dr. Chokshi, Vice President L&T, Heavy Engineering, the team from L&T EduTech, Mr. Uday Shankar, Deputy Director, NASCOM, Dr. Akila, Principal of this college, team from EduTech, L&T, team from EDC, Mr. Vardarajan, Dr. Ramalata, dear students and friends. Good evening to all, and I am very happy to be part of this program. Thanks to Dr. Ramalata for having connected me with this prestigious institution, KPR Institute. Actually, we are friends through IEEE, so IEEE has connected us to this. I'm really happy. I was really thrilled to see this first engineering museum and experiential center in this in the city of Coimbatore. You students are really lucky. When we did engineering, we did not have this opportunity. I thank the founder, Dr. KP Ramasamy, for taking this initiative, and L&T EduTech for joining hands with them, and EDC for executing the project for them. And maybe now, because I come from a museum background, how many of you have seen Vishesha Industrial and Technological Museum, Bangalore? Okay. Okay, there are quite a few, but not many, very few. Maybe when you visit to Bangalore, you come on an educational tour. I think I would request our founder to take the students on, because you have got a first engineering museum, so you should see the other technological museums in the country also. So the museums actually started as private collections. Actually, people used to fond of items, and people used to collect objects, and they used to keep it in their house. It happened with the Salajang Museum, Hyderabad. The Salajang used to be very fond of all the objects. He had collected objects from all over the world. And here also in Coimbatore, Car Museum started with the collection of cars from all over the world by Dr. G.D. Naidu. And later, they do not have a place to keep, so then it has to be put on public display. That's how the museum concept started with the private collections, then it became a public museum. It became a public museum. And so like that, then there was the museums were classified as all the paintings became art museum, all the historical objects became history museum, and natural objects like fossils, they became naturalistic museum, and technological collections became the technological museums, or science museums and science and technological museums. And the technological museums history started with the Crystal Palace exhibition in 1851 in London. It was the world's largest exhibition of technological products. So like Jacquard loom, you may not have heard of a Jacquard loom. Different technological products were exhibited in that exhibition. Later, the collection of that exhibition became the London Science Museum in 1857. And similarly, in India also, the first museum, Science and Technological Museum, was Birla Industrial and Technological Museum in Calcutta, which was set up in 1959. And our museum, Vishesha Industrial and Technological Museum, Bangalore, the second museum in the country, set up in the, it was open to the public in the year 1962, with only, again, it started as an industrial products from HMT, Bharat Electronics were displayed. And later, the first exhibition, science exhibition, was started in 1965 with a gallery on electricity. Now we have 7 exhibition halls on different themes. And generally, the engineering museum is a new concept. What you have done is, actually this science museums which we have is generally, it is good for the school children to understand the fundamentals of science, and they are driven to the concepts of science to this thing. But here, the difficult concepts of engineering. Today in this exhibition, I was able to see the civil engineering, mechanical engineering, electrical engineering, even energy, power generation. All these things have been beautifully showcased in this exhibition. You have got physical products also, and also they have used technology like augmented reality and virtual reality, so that using this technology, they are able to tell a story of the engineering. So that story is beautifully told. You are able to see the physical products, different types of bricks are there. At the same time, through a tab, you are able to get more information on this thing. So I think hats off to EDC and its team. They have done a wonderful job in setting up this engineering museum, first engineering museum of the country. And thanks to team L&T EduTech also and the KPR Institute. Without that, it would not have come. And normally, physical museum, if you visit our museum, Vishesha Museum, you can see all the concepts. You can even cut section of engines are all kept, and lot of collections are there. But if you want to go into hardcore engineering, so you need an engineering museum for the students to supplement the engineering education. So definitely it is a need of the hour. I hope that And they have used technologies like augmented reality and virtual reality technology. So that actually enhances the experience of the visitor in the museum. It comes under the museums are also classified like industry 1.0, 2.0, 3.0, 4.0. Museums are also classified in that way. And museum 1.0 is a museum where only static displays are there. And museum 2.0 are the museums where there is some interaction. You press a switch, something happens. You turn a wheel, something happens. And museum 3.0 is all the museums in the country are 3.0, rather interactive museums. You do something, you get some result out of it. And museum 4.0 are the latest museums, which are smart museums, where all the IoT, AR, VR technologies are used. So this museum comes under that museum category of museum 4.0. So it's a wonderful thing, and you students are really lucky. Whether you have visited or not, after that you visit the museum in your own campus. And also please visit the Vishweshwar Museum in Bangalore, because there are many more things are there to see. And I thank once again the founder for having allowed the students, even school children, I heard that they are going to allow them to come in batches to see this. So they'll know that, okay, let us do engineering. They'll be inspired. They are seeing and they may not understand everything, but they'll get a bird's eye view of what is engineering by looking at it. So it's a great service to the nation. And really we are happy to have a person like Dr. KPR with us, who has done this excellent service to the nation. And Team L&T, you have done an excellent job also. You have done a wonderful job. And I was able to see through the presentation that a lot of engineering projects are done by, which I was not aware of, that L&T was doing all these things also, heavy engineering items. That was a wonderful thing. And I got to associate with the Team L&T as well as NASCOM. NASCOM also I got. So this is a platform which connected all of us also. So I am really happy to have come here. Thank you, Dr. Ramalata. And students, you try to see this museum and try to always innovate. Try to think out of the box. Don't just copy whatever is there. Even when I was walking, I saw a pond of lotus. So when you see at the lotus leaf, what do you feel? How the lotus leaf keeps itself clean? Because it has got a coat of nano crystal wax is there. So looking at the nature, actually the nano textiles is developed. You have got a nano shirt. If normal shirt, if you pour tea by mistake, you will get a stain. In nano shirt, if you make, the stain, the coffee will still run away. It will not get stuck. So looking at the nature, you should get inspired and think out of the box. Maybe one solution, one problem I would like to give. We have this water bottle. This is actually bad for the environment with COP27 going on and all. If you can find a replacement for this water bottle, because people don't like to drink from the glass. We are scared whether water is safe or not. Maybe I would give you a clue also. You have that in Tamil Nadu. You have got one fruit called. One tree called Panamaram. You have got one fruit, Nungu. So there, how is it done? It is nothing but a ball of water only. You remove the skin, you are eating it. If you can develop some water bubble, something like that, which you carry in the pocket, you remove the skin and put it into your mouth. Then, so like that, maybe you think out of the box and try to innovate something. Yeah, and thank you very much.
Thank you, ma'am, for reiterating the importance of museums in the field of engineering and technology. Now we'd like to acknowledge the presence of We'd like to acknowledge the presence of Mrs. S. Madhiselvi, Principal of KG International Schools, Mr. Venkateshan MT, Principal of Vijayalakshmi Metric Higher Secondary School, Sirmugai, K. Sibasamy, Business Executive and Entrepreneur from Arasur, Mr. Karthik, Business Development Executive from L&T EduTech, Mr. Sunil Subramaniam, SVP EDC TS, Mr. Ashutosh Khan, Common Citizen EDC Creative Tech, Tejashwi Arapa, Project Head EDC Working Symphony, Mr. Rahul Darwadkar, Projects Lead EDC Bangalore, Mrs. Geeta, Project Manager EDC CTS, Mr. Abhishek, Project Manager from ADC, Mr. Sivaganesh, Project Coordinator from EDC, and Krishnadas M, Site Engineer from EDC. Thank you all for your valuable presence.
An educationist by passion and a torch-bearer of educational reforms, bringing significant change towards a transformative society. Having seeded more than 15 years of his innumerable service and cross-cultural experience, he is currently positioned in business development and project management of Skill India initiates for the IT/ITES sector. Further, he is the co-founder of the Matram Foundation that focuses on transformation exercises for economically deprived children through higher education scholarship programs. His enterprises are phenomenal and exponential, which demands commendation and applause. KPRIET is elated to have the social activist as the guest of honor to the inaugural ceremony. Can we now have Mr. Uday Shankar, Deputy Director, NASSCOM, to address the gathering?
அனைவருக்கும் என்னுடைய மாலை வணக்கம். Most respected and a visionary and a complete person, our chairman sir. It's very delight to have such a wonderful being residing in our world, and all the eminent leaders who have been so far, who have left from the L&T team, and we already have the few L&T team members here. What a fantastic milestone day that you have printed today in this KPR institution. I think so Coimbatore is very lucky to have this great milestone initiative starting in KPR institution. And every single soul who have put their effort, from EDC team, the KPR faculty members, and the students who have been through the entire journey, the management, and especially this dynamic woman, I think so, her vision combines with this institution and brings lots of such initiative to the campus. A big round of applause to the entire set of people here. You all might be thinking, what is this IT guy doing in this entire engineering process? Even I was so confused when I was just thinking what I'm going to do here, but I'm going to be a good messenger. A good initiative should have a great messenger to take forward, and I'll be a messenger to take this fantastic initiative to the state government, to the central, and wherever I'm visiting, I'm going to say this is a great effort by a single institution for a country which can visionize many students coming and joining this fabulous initiative. In the presentation காமிச்சிட்டு இருந்தாங்கல்ல சார், ஃபல்கன் சார் காமிச்சிட்டு இருக்கும்போது, I've never felt so bad that I've never been part of the engineering courses in my entire life. But today, he made me feel so bad. எதுக்குடா இன்ஜினியரிங் எடுக்கல அப்படிங்கிற ஒரு ஃபீலை வந்து அவர் போட்ட ஒவ்வொரு படத்துலையுமே எனக்கு ஃபீலை உண்டாக்கிட்டாரு. நம்ம ஆர்ஆர் ராஜமௌலி அவர் மாதிரியும், சங்கர் மாதிரியும், ஜேம்ஸ் கேமரூன் மாதிரியும் பிரம்மாண்டத்தை போட்டு அதுக்கு ஒரு விஷயம் வேறு சொல்லுவார். அங்கே பாருங்கள், சின்னதாக ஒருத்தர் நிற்கிறாருல, அப்போ பார்த்துக்கோங்க எவ்வளோ பெரிய பிரம்மாண்டம்னு. இதுதான் இன்னைக்கு இருக்கக்கூடிய மிகப்பெரிய ஒரு ரெப்ரசன்டேஷன். எனக்கு அவ்வளோ சந்தோஷமாக இருந்தது. பிகாஸ் இவங்க L&T அப்படிங்கிற ஒரு பிராண்டு இன்னைக்கு அவங்கள பொசிஷன் பண்ணல, இன்னைக்கு இந்தியாவை உலக லெவலில் பொசிஷன் பண்ணிட்டு போயிருக்காங்க. அவங்களுடைய நமக்கு எவ்வளோ பெருமையாக இருக்குல்ல. சின்ன வயசுலேருந்து அதிகமாக கேள்விப்பட்ட விஷயங்கள் வந்து ஃபாரினில் போய் தான் இதை கற்றுக்க முடியும், ஃபாரின்லேருந்து தான் இந்த ப்ராடக்ட் இம்போர்ட் பண்ணோம், ஃபாரினில் இருந்தால் தான் இந்த சொகுசான வாழ்க்கை கிடைக்கும், ஃபாரினில் இருந்தால் தான் படிப்பு நல்லாயிருக்கும். இன்றைக்கி இந்தியா எதில் குறைப்பட்டிருக்கு, எல்லாத்துலேயுமே அந்த வளத்தை மேலும் மேலும் சிறக்க பெற்று இன்றைக்கி நம்ம எவ்வளோ பெரிய விஷயங்கள் அச்சீவ் ஆகிருக்கோம். அது இந்த மாதிரி ஒரு டைனமிக் இண்டஸ்ட்ரி குரூப், தேங்க்ஸ் டு எல்என்டி, தேங்க்ஸ் டு இடிசி அண்ட் தேங்க்ஸ் டு ஆல் த கிரேட் கம்பெனிஸ் who are building, not just building the organization, building this entire country to showcase in the global scenario. So NASSCOM takes very, very effective measures in collaborating with them. In fact, I was just thinking, how do we collaborate with L&T EduTech and take this collaboration? It's not IT no more, it's not core companies. Now IT is getting enabled into every industry. Every industry is collaboration. In the cross-functional அப்படிங்கிறது எல்லா இண்டஸ்ட்ரியிலுமே இருக்குது. இன்றைக்கி எப்படி நம்ம வந்து சார் சொன்னார் பாருங்கள், இந்த மெஷினுக்கு கீழே சின்னதாக ஒரு ஆள் நின்றுருக்காங்களோ, இன்றைக்கி அந்த மெஷினுக்கு கீழே நீங்கள் நின்றுட்டுருக்கிற மாதிரி கேபிஆர் அப்படிங்கிற பிராண்டை அவ்வளோ பெரிய விஷயமாக நீங்கள் மாற்றணும். That is your sole responsibility. As a student of this institution, as a great engineers of this global scenario, நீங்கள் இதை எப்படி ஆரம்பிக்கணும், எப்படி முடிக்கணுங்கிறது உங்களுடைய திட்டத்தில் தான் இருக்கும். இது வெறும் கேபிஆருக்கு சொந்தம் இல்லைன்னு உங்கள் சேர்மன் சொன்னது வந்து ரொம்ப முழுமையாக நம்பக்கூடிய, ஆதாரம் பெருகக்கூடிய ஒரு விஷயம். ஏன் அப்படின்னா, இன்றைக்கி நான் ஒவ்வொரு விஷயமா இந்த இன்ஸ்டியூஷன் எடுக்கக்கூடிய எஃபர்ட்டில் ஐ பீன் பார்ட் ஆஃப் திஸ் ஜேர்னி ஃபார் லாஸ்ட் 3-4 months. ஐ எம் சீயிங் இட் கம்ஸ் த்ரூ ஹார்ட். அதை மனசார செய்யணும்னு அந்த எண்ணம் இருக்குது பார்த்தீங்களா, அந்த எண்ணம் பல மனிதர்களை போய் தொடும். அந்த எண்ணம் வந்து எவ்வளோ ரிஃப்ளெக்ஷன் ஆகிருக்கு. நான் இப்போலாம் எந்தெந்த மேடைக்கு போகிறேனோ, ஐ டோன்ட் மைண்ட் டாக்கிங் அபவுட் கேபிஆர் மில்ஸ் அண்ட் தேர் இனிஷியேட்டிவ். அது வந்து எங்கேயுமே அதை நான் விடுறது கிடையாது. ஈவன் இன் மை ஓன் ப்ரெசன்டேஷனில் பேசும்போது கூட இந்த மாதிரி ஒரு சோஷியல் இம்பேக்டை பண்ணணும், இதுதான் வந்து எந்த ஒரு இனிஷியேட்டிவ்க்குமே வந்து ஒரு எடுத்துக்காட்டு அமையும் அப்படிங்கிறத வந்து நான் எண்ணி சொல்கிறேன்னா, தட் விஷன், தட் பேஷன், த கமிட்மெண்ட் ஆஃப் எவ்ரி ஃபேக்கல்ட்டிஸ் ஆஃப் திஸ் காலேஜ் அந்த இண்டஸ்ட்ரி செக்மெண்ட், இது எடுத்துகிட்டு எப்படி போயிருக்காங்களோ அதே மாதிரி தான் இந்த சென்டரை நான் போய் உட்காந்தேன். இன்ஃபேக்ட் தேங்க்ஸ் டு எல்என்டி அண்ட் இடிசி, ஐ ரியலி வாண்டட் டு see the Liberty statue. But thanks for cutting the entire cost. You showed me the entire Liberty statue with your technology. நான் இப்போ இன்னொன்று சொல்லிட்டு இருந்தேன் பார்க்கும்போது, நான் என்னோட குழந்தையும் என்னோடய ஒய்ஃபையும் கூப்பிட்டு வந்து இங்கேயே காமிச்சிடுறேன். ஸோ ஐ கேன் சேவ் அ ஹியூஜ் காஸ்ட் ஃபார் இட். இது நிச்சயமாக ஒரு பேச்சுக்கோ இல்லை ஒரு சிரிப்புக்கோ சொல்ல வேண்டிய விஷயங்கள்ல, சில பேரால் முடியாது. சில பேரால் இதை போய் பார்த்து அனுபவித்து அந்த எக்ஸ்பீரியன்ஸை வந்து சொல்லவே முடியாது. அந்த மாதிரி இருக்கிறவங்களுக்கு இந்த இடத்துல ஒரு வாய்ப்பு தரீங்க பார்த்தீங்களா, இந்த பெருமை இந்த கல்லூரிக்கு மட்டும் கிடையாது, இங்கே படிச்சுட்டு இருக்கிற ஒவ்வொரு மாணவர்களுக்கும். நீங்களும் மாறுத்தட்டி சொல்லிக்கலாம், என் காலேஜில் இது இருக்குது, என் காலேஜுக்கு நீங்கள் வாங்க, இதை பாருங்கள். ஏன் நீங்கள் படித்த ஒவ்வொருத்தருமே, இங்கே இருக்கக்கூடிய ஒவ்வொரு ஸ்டூடெண்ட்டுமே நீங்கள் படித்த ஸ்கூல்லேருந்து ஒரு 50 ஸ்டூடெண்ட்ஸை கூப்பிட்டு வந்து காமிங்க. why don't that be a project to you? நீங்கள் உங்கள் ஸ்கூலில் பேசலாம். சில பேருக்கு ஸ்கூலுக்கே போவேன்னு தோணும், பட் திரும்பி பரவாயில்ல, இதுக்காக போய் எங்கள் காலேஜில் இது இருக்குது, நான் ஒரு 50 பேரை கூப்பிட்டு போய் என்னுடைய ஒரு எஃபெக்டிவ் ஒரு இனிஷியேட்டிவ் நான் எடுத்து பண்ணுறேன்னு கூப்பிட்டு வந்து காமிங்க. அவங்களுக்கு அது என்னவா மாறும்னு சொல்கிறேன். எனக்கு எப்படி இன்றைக்கி இன்ஜினியரிங் திடீர்னு படிக்க ஆசை வந்துச்சோ, அங்கே சில பேருக்கு இப்போ ஒரு மைண்ட் செட் வந்துருச்சுல்ல, படித்தா சிஎஸ் படிக்கணும், ஐடி படிக்கணும், இல்லை யாரோ ஒருத்தவங்க டிவியில் பிரபலமானவங்க ஒருத்தவங்க பேசுவாங்க, இந்த வருஷம் இந்த ஆண்டுக்கு இதுதான் சிறந்த கோர்சஸாக இருக்குன்னு சொல்லுவாங்க. அதை நம்பிட்டு அப்படியே போயிடுவாங்க. அப்படி கிடையாது வாழ்க்கை. உங்களுடைய பேஷனும் நீங்கள் படிக்கிற படிப்பும் கனெக்ட் ஆகும். அதுதான் உண்மையான படிப்பு. அந்த மாதிரி இருக்கக்கூடிய வாய்ப்பை இந்த மாதிரி விஷயங்கள் வந்து அதிகப்படுத்தும். இப்போ ஒரு 12 ஸ்டூடெண்ட் வந்து பார்க்குறாங்க, இதை பார்த்தோன்னே, நான் சிவில் இன்ஜினியரிங் படிக்கணும்னு எனக்கு ஒரு ஆசை இருக்குது, நான் ஒரு மெக்கானிக்கல் இன்ஜினியரிங் படிக்கணும்னு ஆசை இருக்குது, எலக்ட்ரிக்கல் இன்ஜினியரிங் படிக்கணும்னு ஆசை இருக்குது. அந்த ஆசையை தூண்டுறதுக்கு நம்ம பார்த்து அனுபவித்து இந்த மாதிரி ஒரு சென்டரில் நம்ம ஒரு வாய்ப்பை ஏற்படுத்துறது முக்கியமான விஷயம். இது ஒரு அவேர்னஸ் மாதிரி. இந்த அவேர்னஸ், சோஷியல் அவேர்னஸை நீங்கள் எல்லாருக்குமே எடுத்துகிட்டு போகணுங்கிறது என்னோட பணிவான வேண்டுகோள். லாஸ்ட் பட் நாட் த லீஸ்ட், இட்ஸ் கோயிங் டு பி வெரி ஸ்பெஷல் ஃபார் மீ டு டாக் அபவுட் சம் பர்சன். நான் ஹீரோவாக சின்ன வயசுலேருந்து பார்த்து ரசித்த ரமணன் சார் இங்கே இருக்கார். ஏன்னா நான் ரமணன் சார்கிட்ட ஒரு விஷயம் சொன்னேன், சார் எனக்கு சின்ன வயசில் உங்களை ரொம்ப பிடிக்கும், கொஞ்சம் பிடிக்காது அப்படின்னு. நீங்கள் என்றைக்கெல்லாம் மழை வருதுன்னு சொல்கிறீங்களா அன்றைக்கெல்லாம் உங்களை ரொம்ப பிடிக்கும், என்றைக்கு இன்றைக்கி வந்து மந்தமான சூழ்நிலை ஏற்படுதுன்னு சொல்கிறீங்களா அப்போ பிடிக்கவே பிடிக்காது சார் என்ன. இன்றைக்கி அவரை நேரில் பார்த்தேன். ஐ திங்க் சார் திஸ் இஸ் கோயிங் டு பி இந்த ஒரு பெஞ்ச் மார்க் டேயில் நானும் இங்கே ஒரு அங்கமாக இருக்கிறங்கிறது எனக்கு ஒரு மிகப்பெரிய வாய்ப்பு. அந்த வாய்ப்பளித்த அனைத்து உள்ளங்களுக்கும் என்னோட கோடான நன்றிகள். எல்லாருமே வளமான வாழ்க்கை வாழ்வோம். அதுக்கு உரிய லீடர்ஷிப் உங்கள்கிட்ட இருக்கட்டும். தேங்க்யூ ஸோ மச். ஹாவ் அ fantastic fun journey. Bye. Take care.
Thank you, sir, for your inspiring words. KPRIET feels privileged to host Ms. Febin Head College Connect Business at L&T EduTech, for today's inaugural ceremony. With more than 27 years of experience in various spheres of construction and management engineering, she had mentored more than 40 graduate and postgraduate trainees. Glad to welcome Ms. Feben for the felicitation address.
Good evening. So it's like homecoming for me, I keep telling every time I'm here. So first of all, I'm a civil engineer, right? So when our Mr. Choksi was talking about the large reactor vessels, refineries, he said one thing. You think about the civil engineers who will hold that, right? So I wanted him to a little bit elaborate on that. So what I wanted to say here is, I was talking to Dr. Akila and everyone, that it's not like civil engineering, electrical, mechanical. I think the future is multidisciplinary engineering. It's like, if you go to that experience center that we have created, I just wanted to convey a few points, that's why I just, under one roof, you will find that all the engineering is there. Today we are kind of saying civil separate, IT separate, but somehow I don't believe it. I did my engineering in PSG Tech. I had a professor. I did artificial neural networks in civil engineering. That's artificial intelligence 30 years back, which means the technology, that AR, VR, machine language, artificial intelligence, I feel personally that they're all, imbibed in all the engineering, and tomorrow we need engineers who can build our country. I think nation building should be our aim, and the engineers that come out of institutions should have that thing that I'm going to build this country. When I travel in my country, I have to, I reach from point to point. I should not rush to reach an airport or my college or my workplace. But when you go abroad, we always first look at infrastructure. You look at how technology has come into every walk of life, right? One more thing which he missed, which I wanted to tell you, is he showed you 3 people's work done by one person, right? With 3 robotic arms coming out. And that person, before that, he was sitting like in a furnace. You can imagine welding, all of us done in our first year. The temperature, you feel the heat. So who will come and do that? So what I saw at Hazira is, inside an AC cabin, the person is sitting, and the robotic arm comes out, and it does this, 3 jobs. So that's the kind of, industrial IoT, agaton, like artificial intelligence, agaton, it is all imbibed in domain knowledge. Domain knowledge irunda, you can always bring out solutions. Any solution for the country, for your industry, for any walk of life. Engineering is just logic and common sense, and I think what we need to do is connect it with the concepts that we are learning in the college. So I think in that context, I will really admire and thank Dr. KPR sir. I mean, it's always very humbling to be with him, talk to him. Very quietly he does things, but great things. And always congratulate each one of you who are part of the KPR family. I said that when I was entering that I'm part of KPR family now. And Dr. Akila, it's like, nothing is impossible for her. I mean, she just takes decision. Today I was just saying, we drew something on a board when ma'am came to our office. And today, that just became a reality where all of you are really able to see it. On a drawing, can you even think about what can be created, right? You can today walk through the project. Some of you would have seen Statue of Unity. I also saw Statue of Unity in my office through the AR/VR. So we have our experience centers inside the campus, and when ma'am visited, she saw a glimpse of what we have created. So today, I always say when I joined, I did AutoCAD drawings. I didn't do, I designed and somebody was there to do. And then we'd use blade in that tracing sheet to erase, I made one mistake of diameter of 1 bar, I have to erase and, a lot of things. And the ammonia prints, if any of you know about it, blue color ammonia prints. So today, it is like he was saying, right? If you had visited the Experience Center, you can be anywhere, but you get connected and you create that project and you walk through the project, you see everything and you just go on building it. You don't really need to make changes, make revisions. I keep always saying that the engineers should know what is finance, what is project management. It's not I design one thing. So I always ask the young students, if you see this hall, do you think it's a civil engineering job? Yeah, so you need an architect, you need an interior designer. They will visualize how it's going to be finally, but the skeleton, so somebody looks the way they look, beautiful, smart, everything. But what's inside? That's kind of thing, that's engineering. So Statue of Unity, everybody looks at it as a statue. I always say I look at the formwork that went in, or the lift system that went in, or the, all the electronics that went in, all the industrial IoTs that went in. So that is something I wanted to say, and Akila ma'am has really told you, if you visit our museum, Shamla is here, she makes that experience something different. So she always starts with, two great minds and the spark that was created. Shamla, am I right? I'm not telling it in the same way that you say, but yeah. So, Larsen and Toubro. Similarly, I think KPR and L&T, that spark was created. And அதுலேருந்து வந்தது தான் நீங்கள் இன்னைக்கு பார்க்குற எக்ஸ்பீரியன்ஸ் சென்டர். I think we have to dream. It will just happen if you have that thing to make it happen. Just wanted to say that. And I wanted to give you a few statistics. That's why I said, told Anusha ma'am, I just wanted to, there were 25 practicing experts from L&T who worked on this. And EDC team, who were part of L&T's experience centers in Mumbai and Chennai. We roped them in and gave a free, I think it was something that went like a project. It was a real project that happened inside this campus, like how we usually do a project. I think I was asking for daily project reports and all those things, and it was really great to do a project while at EduTech. And every day we have meetings, we had reviews, we had subject matter experts who came in. We have 24 phygital models, 62 digital modules, 10 AR applications, 3 VR walkthroughs, 16 informative infographics display here. So nothing would have been possible without, the groundwork was done by a team with the blessings of KPR sir and Akila ma'am's great support. And our management, I would like to thank everybody. And from our side, Bala and team worked lots. Shamla, of course, EDC team. I'm not naming everybody because they're all part of what has been created. The only wish is that the students really make use of this opportunity. And when sir says it's dedicated to the nation, it fully vibes with what we want to do. That is the nation building with really bright engineers who are the future of our country. So let's not, as I think I liked the way you put it, let's not run behind something of a hype, but let's pause and think. One more thing is that, don't look for a job, please. Look for how your life is going to be, how the career is going to be. After 30 years, you look back to see, to tell your children, to tell your grandchildren, you know what, I created this. I always tell Akila ma'am when I come, I designed this, it's still there. It's the feeling, right? So I think all of you should have that pride, proud moments. And I think KPR institutions, and they have created a platform which is not available for anybody in the country today. I would say even in the world, I don't know, I'll check up and tell you. But for core engineering in a multidisciplinary way, I think this is the first, and we are really, really honored and happy and humbled to be part of this, ma'am. Thank you so much, sir and ma'am. And thank you to my team. All the best.
Thank you, ma'am, for highlighting the engineering framework in every walk of life. Honor is simply the morality of superior men. Now it's time to honor our special invitees and the guests. May we request our chairman, Shri KP Ramasamy sir, to honor the team members from L&T EduTech for their continuous support and engagement in making experience engineering a reality. First, we would like to call upon Dr. Balamurugan, Senior Manager of L&T EduTech, to kindly accept Shyamla from L&T Constructions, Mr. Jambu Kailas, Lead SME of L&T EduTech, Mr. Karthik from Business Development Executive, now we request our chairman sir to honor the team members of EDC who have been strenuously working to shape the infrastructure of experience engineering with global standards. We'd like to call upon Mr. Sunil Subramaniam, SEC, to kindly accept our small token of love. Ms. Sindhu, Director, Technical EDC Creative Tech. Mr. Sasikumar, Director of EDC. Mr. Rahul Darwadkar, Project Lead. Ms. Geeta, the Project Manager. Mr. Sivaganesh, the Project Coordinator. Mr. Ashutosh Khan, Common Citizen EDC Creative Tech Solutions. Mr. Tejashwi Arappa, Project Head EDC Working Symphony. Mr. Abhishek, Project Manager from EDC. Dear students, a big round of applause for Team EDC on stage and L&T EduTech in association with KPRIET to bring out the marvelous architecture in reality at KPRIET. We request Mr. Vijay Kanti of L&T to kindly join. We request Dr. Kriba Shankar sir, Anusha ma'am and Kavita ma'am to kindly join on dais for the photo session. Thank you, dignitaries.
Thank you again.
Gratitude can transform common days to thanksgivings, jobs to joy, and opportunities to blessing. May we now request Dr. Anusha, Head Department of Civil Engineering, to propose the vote of thanks.
Good evening, everyone. Gratitude is when memory is stored in the heart and not in the mind. I deem it a great honor and privilege to propose the vote of thanks on this memorable occasion. On behalf of KPR Institute of Engineering and Technology, I would like to express my heartfelt gratitude to our most esteemed guests, Dr. Shivari Chandrasekhar, Secretary, DST, Mr. Falcon Chokshi, Vice President and Head from L&T Heavy Engineering, Dr. Sadhana Atavar, Director, Vishwesvaraya Industrial and Technological Museum, and Mr. Uday Shankar, Deputy Director, NASCOM, for making the time to be with us. If time is money, then you have spent millions for us. Thank you, dignitaries. A heartfelt gratitude to a most respected chairman who has always been generous in spending his time and resources for the well-being of the student community. His vision to serve nation is becoming true through experience engineering. Thank you, sir, for your presence and inspiring words. It means a lot to us. A special thanks to Mr. Ganeshan, Ms. Febin, and Mr. Sabi for always being available whenever we are in need. It all started because of you. Thank you, sir and ma'am. I would like to thank our beloved principal, Dr. Akila, for her constant support and for her keen interest in uplifting core engineering. Thank you, ma'am. I thank our Chief Executive, our Strategic Advisor, Directors, Heads of various departments for their continuous support in all the activities conducted along with L&T EduTech. Thank you, sir and ma'am. An event of this dimension cannot happen overnight. The wheels started rolling months in advance. We have been fortunate enough to be backed by two very motivated and dedicated teams. I would like to take this opportunity to thank our nuclear counterpart, L&T EduTech, and EDC, who made the dream come true. My sincere thanks to EDC head, Mr. Sunil, and his team for working along with L&T EduTech team, especially Dr. Balamurugan and Ms. Shyamala, with the supports from all their fellow engineers and subject matter experts who have planned to bring out the most beautiful core engineering museum incorporated with all the recent technologies, the first of its kind in India to be established in an engineering institution. My hearty thanks to distinguished invitees from industry, schools and colleges for making your presence here. I also thank the people from press and media for their wide coverage. I thank all the faculty and staff members, those who have worked hard to ensure that this occasion becomes a memorable one. The wonderful, elegant things in this world cannot be even seen and touched. One among them is thank you, which must be felt with heart. Once again, from the bottom of my heart, I thank each and every one of you for being here and making this day a wonderful and memorable one for all of us. Thank you.
Thank you, ma'am, for the soulful gratitude note. Let us all rise up for national anthem.
जन गण मन अधिनायक जय हे भारत भाग्य विधाता पंजाब सिंध गुजरात मराठा द्राविड़ उत्कल बंगा विंध्य हिमाचल यमुना गंगा उच्चल जलधि तरंगा तव शुभ नामे जागे तव शुभ आशीष मांगे गाहे तव जय गाथा जन गण मंगलदायक जय हे भारत भाग्य विधाता जय हे जय हे जय हे जय 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 हे
We request the students to kindly remain seated.
Speech.